Greetings and welcome everyone to the Beers and Bodyslams podcast. Sitting across from me is a man that John Cena keeps ducking. That's why that bitch keeps calling out the Undertaker. Good old JB.
And sitting to my left, the man was just announced for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Mr. Fluffy.
I'll be under the ring.
Entrance number 30.
Yes.
One.
And the man sitting across from me is the only male participant in the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal, Irish.
Wow.
Hey, you
Jeez.
can fight your way out.
All right.
I actually look forward to these damn things. This is
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, are you complaining about being in the ring with 30 or 20 other girls?
They're trying to kick my ass? Yeah, kind of. A little bit.
man.
You like it.
Anyway, we had a
Mrs.
great
Irish.
show for you tonight. We're talking all about, hey guys, funny thing. I hear that there's something going on this weekend. What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Hang on a second. I got an email about it here. Oh, yeah. WrestleMania is this weekend.
Oh, well, is that what they've been talking about?
We are off the road. We're off the off ramp. We are literally pulling into the parking lot of WrestleMania, and we're gonna talk. We're not gonna talk about SmackDown or Raw or none of that crap. We're gonna talk about the second best, actually the third best show that weekend, WrestleMania.
Wow, third best.
Yeah, NXT will be number 1, Ring of Honor will be number 2, and then you got WrestleMania. We're going to talk about that. We have a phenomenal beer that a couple of us have had before, and we're going to break that down and get into all of that when we come right back.
Awesome!
This is the Beers and Bodyslams podcast
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
with your host, Mr. Fluffy,
Hello, ladies.
good old JB,
Booty-O's! They make sure you ain't booty.
and the Irish O'Leary.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. A-A-W-S-T!
This is the only podcast bringing you craft beer and pro wrestling that really matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, E-Generation X proudly brings to you its WWF Tag Team Champion of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the new.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Fluffy, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking from our friends at Goose Island. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Shout out to Brian.
Yay.
Matilda. It is their rustic, old world Belgian style ale. Now, we've had this beer on the show. I've actually had it several times. But this year, what's unique about it is the first year they've put it, as far as I know, or at least released it nationwide in the 12-ounce bottles. I've always only seen it in the bigger champagne bottles.
Yeah.
So now they've got it in the smaller ones. It's good.
I don't remember having it before because I didn't log it in my trusty Untapped app, but it's really solid. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I would definitely drink several of these.
It's very light.
Yeah.
It's got great flavor. It's only 7%.
Yep.
So it's not a ton. It's definitely something you could have. This would go really good with anything. Like I can't think of anything that wouldn't be good with this. This would be a good summer beer.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely. You know what
definitely.
this would be really phenomenal with?
What?
Bratwursts.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's
Cooking and
Belgian.
drinking.
Yeah, I know it's Belgian and not
We got
German.
we got an
but-
idea for Sunday.
Sunday. Get the brats.
Matilda onions. On
Oh
your
my
brat.
God! Can you imagine how that? Wait
Matilda,
a minute.
Matilda braised
Irish
onions.
stumbled upon us an idea here.
Wait a moment.
I think that Matilda braised onions for your brat or burger.
Slow clap.
My Lord.
I give you that
Good
slow
job.
clap of that's such a good.
great.
That is a
job.
great idea. That may happen. We have one of these left. That may be safe for that very reason.
I'll bring some
All
more.
right.
so
Good
we
night,
sure
guys. We're
have-
gonna go
All right.
eat.
We're gonna go make onions. See you
We're
later.
about to start tailgating. See you on Sunday.
Well, the pre-show started 3 weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
so we're
Moving right along.
We're up to the midget on a pole match. I'm very excited by that.
Yeah, but thank you so much
Hornswoggle.
to Goose Island. This is really, really good. I love this stuff.
Good stuff.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
said, and I like the fact that now it's in the smaller bottles because I can buy a 4-pack of it And you only have one. I don't have to open a bottle up and drink the entire bottle. Not as a bad thing, but
Not that you've never done that.
but I do like the idea of having just a couple.
Sure.
A couple other brewers are doing that too. A lot of brewers are taking their bigger stuff and making it. Funky's doing it.
Yeah.
Cigar
City's done it.
Cigar City's done it. I think Sierra Nevada's done it now.
Yeah.
So that's great that they're making that for. It's fun.
It's
Very
more
tasty.
accessible. It's way more accessible. I mean, it's for people who are trying beers who don't necessarily know what they're doing or know what they're getting. When you buy a bomber or the champagne bottle for $50 or how much Sophia's going for nowadays.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
that's an investment. And if you're not 100% sure what you're buying, but you can buy a 4-pack, or better yet, like
You can buy them by the bottle.
the ABC stores here, you can buy by the bottle.
Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Yeah.
Funny story. I was so excited a couple weeks ago because they had a 4-pack of whatever the Funky Buddha was that I got, and I was like, yes, and I saw it in slow motion, and I grabbed it and I pulled it, and some Roman Reigns fan had pulled one of the bottles out of the back, so I had to buy a 3-pack.
That's sad.
So anyway,
But we'll talk more about Goose Island's Matilda as we go along. But we are talking WrestleMania. The entire show, we're going to talk about the matches, break down, make predictions, talk about what we want to see happen, talk about what we really think is going to happen.
I got one thing I don't want to see
Talked
happen.
about what we wish would happen.
Yeah,
but
one big one.
We're gonna spend the entire time talking about that, and we're gonna start right off with the kickoff show.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, boy. We're going to start off with the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal.
This is a huge mistake putting it on the pre-show.
I feel bad.
So they've announced this already.
Oh yeah, the 3 matches for the pre-show have already been announced.
Oh, okay.
It's both battle royals and the
Both battle
cruiserweight title.
Huge mistake.
Yeah.
Huge mistake.
Now, they haven't really said, I'm assuming it's 20 is the number we're going to have for the battle royal.
All right.
It's a good number.
So far, they've announced 13 for the women. I'm assuming the rest will be filled
Surprise
by some
entrance.
NXT people.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming we'll see people like Ember Moon and the duo and maybe some other people come up. Nikki Cross, maybe.
Yeah.
I could see
About
them.
time.
But these are the people that are confirmed so far. We have Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Natalia, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Bailey, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Mickie James, and Carmella are all.
Carmella's in this match?
Yes, she is. Well, that way when she comes out to cash in later and loses, she's not fresh.
She's not fresh.
So,
Carmella, do you ever have that? No.
Oh, man.
so all right. So let's talk about it. So I agree. This is a mistake. This should be the opening match to WrestleMania.
You are correct, sir.
I would have taken the Bar Braun Strowman match, possibly moved to the kickoff show.
No.
Or
Can't do that.
Or even the Uso tag team match and move that instead of this. I'd rather see this in the main card than one of the tag team title matches.
The WrestleMania is already 17 hours long, so what's one more 20-minute match?
I think you could find a spot for this.
I agree.
On the
No,
main
I agree with you.
the main
Well, here's the
card.
thing. There's going to be a video package for every match, so cut each video package down by 5 minutes,
Yep.
and then you've got your time.
There you go.
I mean, it's not rocket science, kids.
I agree with you, but they won't do it.
This is, I don't know if it's the backlash from the original plan for the, the Moolah, name, and they're trying to bury it a little bit and they're trying to backtrack a little bit. But it's just, if this is making history and it gets put on the pre-show, that's not making history. That's just an afterthought.
Well, I've given my take on that whole history
that's true.
thing, but I guess it kind of depends. There's no stakes involved. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of another generic battle royal.
Yep.
If there were some stakes, whereas we talked about this before, if somebody wins, they get a title match, or if a girl from NXT wins it, they get a title match.
Right.
Then there's something that has meaning to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Besides just copying the guys being the battle royal.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Do you think they do that because they don't want to bother with trying to keep that stuff straight, or do they think that we're so stupid that we won't remember that? Oh yeah, Amber Moon won, so she gets a championship match when she comes up to the main roster.
No, I mean see, I don't think she should be in it.
Well, I know, but I'm just throwing the name out there.
Yeah. So if she were, in order for it to mean something, like I said before, they have to think outside the box with this stuff. And the fact that they're putting it on the pre-show just basically tells everybody what they really think about the actual match itself. It's just a way to get all of the women involved in WrestleMania that don't have anything planned for.
And remember, in comparison to the men's battle royal, remember when Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant, he was not on the main roster yet.
Yeah,
he was still technically NXT.
Yeah,
when he won the battle royal, he didn't win that as in winning, but when he won, they moved him up immediately.
Sure,
I'm not saying it's going to happen this time, but that possibility is out there.
I mean, you can always say they have that idea with the Rumble winners getting a title match, but I mean, there has to be something to it in order for it, especially for the women, in order for it to be unique and different from the guys. You're putting two generic battle royals on the pre-show, and Mojo won last year and hasn't done anything since.
Yeah,
they talked about it for about a month after it happened, and then he just mentioned the Andre Memorial Battle Royal a month ago. For the first time in 11 months or whatever, right. So it has no meaning to it.
No,
especially for the women.
It's sad
they missed an opportunity for it to make it unique.
All
Absolutely,
right, so
I agree.
I know Irish and I were tied for the last pay-per-view, so you and I can go back and forth. Who goes first? I'll go first this time.
Sure,
we can flip back and forth.
Sounds good.
I think it's going to come down to Sasha and Bayley, and I think Sasha wins. I think she throws Bayley over. And I think throughout the match, that's the tension. I think that's the storyline they're going to weave throughout the Battle Royal.
Since they can't have their own match. That
exactly. Is sense. Those two. Those two will either help each other or turn each other at certain points. And the last two coming down will be... And I almost envision it like maybe Sasha goes to throw Bayley out, but accidentally bumps somebody else out. And it's down to the two of them. And then Sasha wins it all. Like, I think Sasha's going to win it. That's my opinion.
That's good, Irish. Good logic there.
Sound logic. I think it goes the other way. I think Bayley wins, but it happens in such a way that it just really sends Sasha over the edge. If Sasha wins, she's got no reason to be pissed.
Yeah.
She just won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
But if
she's going to be the one to turn.
Yeah. If she gets knocked out of the Battle Royal because Bayley bumped her accidentally off the ropes, I think Bayley probably wins it. I have a dream that won't happen. Prediction that surely did not go wrong. I want Billy Kay and Peyton Royce to come up and be a part of it, and then they throw all the other ladies out, and then they link up pinkies and they step over the top rope, and then they step down together, so that for the first time ever making history, co-winners, and then they're part of the main roster.
Yeah, we need to get you a job.
Yeah,
no,
be
man,
a writer, man.
I listened to that podcast with Jimmy Jacobs. No, no,
yeah,
no.
All right,
horror stories.
Oh yeah. All right,
I gotta
JB.
listen to that one. I'm going a different direction.
Okay.
I think that Carmella's actually going to win as a way to add suspense to her possibly cashing in later in the evening, kind of build her back up a little bit. To add a little intrigue and storyline going forward. Eventually, I think she may cash in and lose later that night if she does it all. But I think it's a good way to spotlight her with the briefcase and just kind of plant that seed in the minds of people there that anything can happen, and she still has that Money in the Bank briefcase. So I think it'd be a good way to showcase that and put the spotlight on that.
That's smart
going into the show. So I think she wins.
All right, good.
Smart, man.
Good pick so far. All right. Next up, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Again, we assume it's 20. We have 14 names announced so far. We have Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. We have Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Ty Dillinger, Matt Hardy.
God, he really could use a win.
Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Goldust, Heath Slater, Rhino, Zack Ryder, and Primo Cologne. I didn't even know
Primo Cologne.
I didn't even know he was still. He wrestled this week. I was shocked as hell.
I thought they released both the colognes.
Nope.
I thought they were colon free.
No, they're not colon free. Sorry about that.
Sorry. I apologize.
So, but yeah, that is the
cards and letters go to.
I know,
right? So far, this has not been the most prestigious win. I think we were talking. This is the fifth one as far as we can remember. The first one was won by Cesaro. Then we went Big Show.
Yep.
Baron Corbin.
Yep.
And last year was Mojo.
So 2 of them
Yep.
actually went on to do something else somewhat significant after the fact.
Correct. I have a crazy theory. I get to go first, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're going first.
So every other battle royal seems that the person does something. The first one was Cesaro.
Yeah.
He did
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
The next one was Big Show.
Yep.
The third one was Baron Corbin.
Yep.
He went somewhere, sort of. The next one was
He's still around.
Mojo Rawley.
Yeah.
So this one, we're due for something good, right?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah. So let's
Pick
just,
wisely, my friends.
let's just go ahead and assume that hang on, let me take another drink of beer. Hang on. Let's just go ahead and assume that there was some thought put into this year's WrestleMania,
Yep.
and more so some thought put into the post WrestleMania shows.
You know what they say when you assume.
Yes.
Okay.
The one person in that whole roster of 14 gentlemen that you listed, there's really only one person that needs a really good push, and that is 10.
Absolutely.
Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger needs to not only win it, but Ty Dillinger needs to win it and get the crowd completely over, and then just come out on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember what show he's on. It's been so dang long, and just turn heel on everybody.
Yeah.
Just
that's exactly
destroy.
what you do.
Yeah, it was so great. 10. It was just great. I'm sick of every one of you. You know, just turn and just.
He's due for something.
He's got to do
I
something
agree.
because he's too talented. He's super talented
Very
guy.
much so.
I agree.
So yeah, I'm going to go vote Ty Dillinger.
All right.
That's going to completely probably blow up in my face. But hey, so what?
I am going with a man that recently signed a new contract, Mr. Dolph Ziggler, because he's done everything else. It's one of the things he hasn't won. Why not put that accolade on him? Let him just keep stacking up that stuff of I've done this, I've done that. It fits into his current persona of the I don't care, because he wins and then kind of goes and walks away and just kind of leaves like he doesn't even take the trophy with him.
Fits perfectly with that battle royal. Nobody really cares anyway.
Exactly, and that's why I think he wins.
Stadium
and-
half full. Yeah, let's have a battle royal.
Exactly. He goes, all right, I won. Big deal. All right, see you later. I'm gone, and walks out.
Does anyone have a beer they're willing to share? Thanks, buddy. Bring it down.
Yeah, but that's I think Ziggler wins. I think this is just sort of he's an easy person to put in there because you're not affecting any storylines in any way. It's just sort of him.
Good enough.
Safe bet.
Yeah, safe bet. All right, Mr. J.
I'm going to go with the guy that's probably one of the top 3 or 4 most popular guys on Raw right now. And I'm going to say Elias wins it.
So the man is not even in the match.
Who
He's in the match.
wants to walk
Not yet.
He's in it.
with a lie?
He hasn't been announced yet.
Well, he has been. I've seen it.
Not officially. There's a rumor he's in it.
I thought he announced it himself.
No, he said he was going to WrestleMania to do something. All he said was, "I'm going to WrestleMania to do something."
I'm voting Elias.
No, it's a good pick. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
picking,
voting
you're,
Elias.
Yeah, you're picking the person outside.
Are you walking with him?
Oh, yeah, all the way to down the aisle. 5-minute walk to the ring. I think that he has the most potential
Even podcast kitty's laughing at you.
going forward, like just to capitalize off the momentum he's already built for himself. It could be a blessing and a curse because this is really a meaningless win for him. But for him not to have a big match on the show, they definitely have to have him on it in some capacity.
Okay.
Unless they do a segment with him, what we discussed off the air.
Yeah. Good.
With The Rock possibly.
All right.
But I think Elias gets in it and
right.
ends up winning it.
All right. Cool. All right. On to the first title match of the evening. At this point, will be the new Cruiserweight Championship. We'll see Cedric Alexander
I thought you were going to say Cedric the Entertainer. I was like, what?
If I get over better.
versus Mustafa Ali.
Hey, come on now. Who?
Mustafa Ali.
Oh, versus Cedric Alexander?
Yes.
I've watched a little 205 recently to kind of get ready for this. I've watched a little bit.
I could say 205.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched a little bit. I wanted to get an idea. I've watched some of the tournament matches. Everybody keeps picking Cedric. That's what everybody keeps saying.
Sure.
I'm going the opposite direction. I think they're going to put Mustafa. Mustafa's got he's really good in the ring.
USA.
He's
number 2.
He's over with the crowd. He's not playing that generic gimmick of being a terrorist. He's just out there wrestling, and he's really good. And I think they're going to put the title on him.
All right.
Irish.
Irish is thrilled in case you can't.
I'm gonna go with Cedric Alexander. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be Cedric.
Maybe.
Unless Enzo comes back and
That's not gonna happen.
Not ever happening. I'm gonna go with Cedric also.
Okay.
I think he's been featured more lately than Mustafa has, so I think they're willing to give him a shot. They had high hopes for him when he came over. For whatever reason, he wasn't pushed initially, but hopefully this is his chance to get going, get some momentum behind him.
Okay. All right, so on to the main show. Now, I will admit I took this off a website, the match listing. So I'm just doing in the order it was on there. So this is not in any order of any official in any way.
They haven't announced the order. So
exactly. So I just want to say, just so you know.
they don't know.
They don't know. I guarantee right now there's meetings going on, moving matches right now. There'll be matches moving up until Saturday.
The one thing we do know is that Triple H is going to be the headline match.
I don't think so.
I don't
don't think so either.
I think they'll be second to last. I don't think they'll be the main.
So Cena Undertaker is going to be the last.
Nope.
Roman.
I think Roman Lesnar is going to be.
God,
The face of your company.
I forgot.
I think that's the last.
I forgot those two jackets are going to.
So I think it'll go AJ Nakamura tag team match, and then Roman. I think that's the way the end of the show will run.
Ooh,
I think, unless they put AJ Nakamura near the front to boost it.
Yeah, I would put him earlier.
All right,
Give
so
him
the
more
first
time.
match on my list is Daniel Bryan returning to the ring, taking with Shane McMahon taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If Owens and Sami win, they get their jobs back. If they lose, they remain fired. You're up, Irish.
So I have not heard whether or not diverticulitis can be.
He's fighting. He's
healed up.
wrestling.
He's wrestling.
Yeah.
Definitely 100%.
Yeah.
I can't believe because that was a legit story. Like that was not a made up story.
They said he's good enough to go, and he's putting it off. He put off surgery until afterwards. So.
Oh, that poor
Hope
bastard.
he's wearing a muffler. Really hope he's wearing a muffler.
That didn't work out so well for Dusty that one time.
And that's going to hurt. That would explain why he was ginger looking on, on SmackDown this week.
You know the story, right?
What? No.
Okay, so
Tell it in Dusty's voice.
so let me tell you something. I'm not a small man, and every now and then, the backside of the American Dream can get a little stinky, get a little sweaty, get a little funky like a monkey. You know. So I would take several layers of toilet paper and roll it around and stick it inside my butt crack. And then I would put my trunks on, and I call that a muffler. And it would muffle any smell and or sound that would come during a match. It was really primarily for the convenience and the politeness to my competitor in the match, except that nasty dog Ric Flair. And there was a match that I was in, and he threw me really hard onto the mat, and my muffler flew out and hit somebody in the third row.
What?
That's a true story.
Yeah.
I really have to go find that.
And now we've had... all right, we're done with story time with Dusty. I can't take any more. I really can't.
What's wrong with Dusty Rhodes?
Go back to
I may call the rest of this WrestleMania.
Dusty.
Yeah.
That really happened.
Yeah.
Jesus wants to take you on a dance contest.
Jesus wants to take you on a dance contest.
Yeah, go back upstairs.
You called for him.
Go back upstairs. I'm going to shut the door now. Bye. All right. You're up.
What are we doing again?
We're picking Daniel Bryan and Shane and Daniel versus KO and Sammy.
You can tell I really bought into the whole matches here. I'm still stuck on Cena Undertaker. I believe this is where Daniel turns. I believe he turned. Well, hang on. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Daniel. Damn it! I want to say Shane's gonna turn because that just is such a freaking WWE thing to do. I'm going to say that KO and Sammy win, get their jobs back. That's my call. If I add any more to that, I think one of the two boys are going to turn, meaning Daniel or Shane is going to turn.
Yeah.
But I don't know which. I don't know which way WWE wants to go with that.
All right. I'm going the opposite direction. I think this storyline is far from done.
Well, yeah.
And I think Daniel and Shane are going to win. There will be a brutal beatdown of Shane once again at the end of the match, writing him off for a while to get a surgery.
Going to break his diverticulitis.
That's right. And then KO and Sammy are going to keep doing what they've been doing every other week, and they're just going to keep showing up. And they're going to drive Daniel nuts until Daniel either gives them the jaws back or has another match with one of them, and then they win their jaws back.
Now, are they buying tickets to get into the arena?
Well, no.
I'm going to go on a limb and say no.
They go to Will Call and just say, "Do you know who I am?" And
Are they playing their intros when they come through
No,
the back?
when they came out like on SmackDown this week, they came out of the crowd and they were just and they actually were in semi-normal clothes, like they were in
Like I suggested.
Yeah, Sammy was in like
They do listen
a
to this,
pullover
you know.
and like not pullover, but a sweatshirt and jeans, and even KO was in just regular clothes. They're definitely playing it up. The idea they don't look like they're ready to wrestle. Not that KO ever is fashion plate wrestling, anyways. But
Well, if they are listening to the show, if one of the KO, if you're listening, please do an atomic elbow a la Dusty Rhodes just for me.
or even if they do, if KO and Sammy do lose, all they've been told is they've been fired from SmackDown.
Yeah,
doesn't
they'll
mean
go
they
to
can't
Raw.
show up to Raw.
It goes either way. I don't think this storyline is going to end.
Yeah, but I think because I don't think they're going to let Daniel come back and lose.
I also don't think they're going to let Daniel come back and stay as the general manager.
No.
So the only way I can see this is Daniel turning on Shane. But I still think I don't know. I just think they're going to give Daniel because they're going to want that triumphant yes at the end. With
True.
Sammy and KO scurrying out of the arena.
Yes.
With Daniel in the middle of the ring, who just got the pin and the knee to the face and did everything, doing the yes, and the crowd going absolutely ballistically crazy.
Yes, and they're going to want that back on Raw as soon as possible.
But that's what I think. Okay. JB?
I had a lot of different theories in my head for this one. Long story short, I'm going to say that Shane and Daniel win. In my head, at first, I had them taking out Shane before the match even started, so that way he doesn't have to get physically involved in the match.
Okay.
And somebody comes down to help Daniel, be it a call up or somebody from the back or whatnot. I definitely think they win. I think that Sammy and Kevin actually will go over to Raw shortly thereafter.
I can see that. All right. On to the SmackDown Tag Team title match.
All right.
We have a three-way match where the Oos are taking on the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers.
Accent smash. Oh, sorry.
Accent
smash.
All right, Mr. Irish. Oh, it's my turn first.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. I go
Would
first.
be yours.
All right. I think that we continue the run of we're making New Day the greatest tag team of all time. And since they were hosts last year, they get a WrestleMania moment this year and they win the belts. I actually think this could be a decent match. I want to poo-poo it, but I think between the Usos and New Day,
we know they're going to put on a good show.
and the Bludgeon Brothers
they're the wild card.
have gotten a little better, and I think their style can mesh. And I think New Day comes out on top. Because then you put them, because it makes the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers both chasers at that point, chasing the New Day.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. However, my opinion is since they've never gotten a WrestleMania moment, the Usos retain. Podcast Kitty agrees.
Yes.
I think the Usos retain and that they get their WrestleMania moment.
Okay. All right. Mr. JB.
That's good logic there, Irish.
Statements never made before.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and go with the Bludgeon Brothers, actually.
Ooh.
Holy shnikes.
I think
I
think the New Day losing is going to start something with the end of that group. They haven't really done anything for a while significant besides eat pancakes. I think it's time to shake that group up. Big E, in my opinion, is ready for a singles push.
Do you think they treat them like they've treated other groups where they go apart for a while, they come back together again?
I think that Big E gets frustrated that they haven't got the belts back, and I think he's the one this losing will facilitate the end of that group.
So you think that Kofi and Xavier go off on their own?
I think they could stay together.
Oh yeah,
but I think Big E would be the one to split from the group.
I wonder if a good name for that team would be. Has anybody used Air Boom before?
Air Boom?
They've done it, yeah.
I don't know. But a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago, when
I was like,
when Big E tagged with the Uso, I can't remember which Jimmy or Jay. I can never keep them straight. His promo was great.
Yeah.
They made a cohesive team.
When he's serious, he's better.
Yeah. And I thought that was a nice little.
He could have a mean streak going.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I think that's probably in the cards. They should break them up sooner than later, and then bring them back together
because they're already from me, and I'm probably the bigger supporter. They're starting to get stale.
Yeah.
So before they even get to the point where they become corny, you got to
cornier. You mean?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's still funny to a degree. The pancakes kind of took it over the top, but they're starting to run out of ideas. It seems like for the gimmick.
True.
But I'm going Bludgeon Brothers.
All right.
Did you see that picture of them dressed up like the dudes from Black Panther? I couldn't. Who was the fourth guy?
I couldn't. I didn't.
I don't know who that was.
I couldn't figure out who that was. Could
was
debut
thick.
a new member.
Dang.
All right. So on to the Raw Tag Team Championship, where Sheamus and Cesaro will take on Braun Strowman and Brain Strowman. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. Sorry.
What's the dumbest thing I've
That was
seen
goddamn stupid.
in 3 months?
Brain.
God,
he's a lot like me.
This is
like the overgrown Bubba Dudley.
Those glasses were Bubba. Those were totally Devon glasses.
It's not dumber than balls in a pickle jar.
True.
Oh, this is true.
All right. You're up, Irish. You want to pick a partner and a winner, or you just want to pick a winner? I don't think the partner really matters.
I don't think the partner matters, but when we were all talking about this off air, I mean, we all think that the rumor going around is Ellsworth.
It's either Ellsworth or Elias. So I think those are the two leading runners. Those are the only two I can think of.
Yeah. This is just so dumb. I mean,
is Dean ready to come back?
Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, is he ready to come back?
No, he's not. He was scheduled to be on some events this weekend. They called him off of it.
Joe wouldn't do this. This wouldn't be good for Joe.
No, this makes no sense. It makes no sense, period. Unless Ellsworth would be the guy. That's the only person on the planet that makes even the least amount of sense, because Braun's first real squash match of note was Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it made Ellsworth.
If it's Ellsworth, Braun wins. If it's not Ellsworth, there's no reason to put it on Braun Strowman, because somebody's got to fight for the, other belts.
Yeah.
Because Braun's not a tag team type guy. The only other thing it could be would be maybe Big Show.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, dang, I got to pick.
Yep.
God, Braun Strowman.
Say it with conviction.
Yeah, don't be so
Braun Strowman.
Because I'm telling you what, I'm picking Strowman too.
That's all you get out of me.
I'm totally picking Strowman because I think it will make a goofy storyline for a while.
It's the dumbest thing, so that makes perfect sense because it's WWE.
Yeah, and they always like to have one stupid weird comedy match, and this will be it.
Yep. It's just it's frustrating because it's the same thing we've been talking about forever. If they expect us to care, they keep crapping all over their stuff.
Yeah.
And they still want us to keep buying it.
Yeah. So.
And we do, like a bunch of lemmings.
All right. What do you got, Mr. JB?
Well, obviously I'm picking Braun, but the piggyback off what Irish said, it's like you spend all this time making the Bar a credible tag team.
Yep.
And just to have them lose to pretty much one guy at WrestleMania just throws everything you've done over the last year out the window with this team.
Yep, I agree.
So like it just doesn't make sense, but they're definitely not winning. So I'm going with Braun. I don't even care who his partner is or if he fights him by itself, he's winning.
All right, I agree. All right, so that's our first unanimous match.
Yes,
which means we're all wrong.
Good.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't mind losing.
So next up, we have the WWE United States Championship. We have the champion Randy Orton. taking on Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev Day. I am so torn on this match.
Yeah, this
because
is weird.
honestly, this is the one match that I can make an argument for all four of them.
You really could.
Orton could retain just because it's Orton. Bobby could win it back because he needs something. Jinder can win it as a prize for his great title run just to give him something else because he was good with the title. And Rusev could win because holy shit, he's more over than he's ever been his entire career in the WWE.
And therein lies the problem. No matter which way WWE goes, unless they put the belt on Rusev, the crowd could turn on him.
Yeah. So I really think it might be Rusev. Like I listened to a couple other podcasts that have talked about it, and I was going that way anyways, and other people have agreed, like said the same thing, that out of the four of them, Rusev winning becomes a huge moment because they could have confetti set up, the thing could play in, Rusev Day, and him with the US title and running around saying it's Rusev Day, I'm giving you a title shot because I'm feeling gracious on Rusev Day would be amazing. So I'm going to pick Rusev.
Yeah. I'm going with Rusev too because in my heart of hearts, it just makes the most logical booking sense. You go, WrestleMania is all about making the fans happy.
The casual fan.
Casual fans happy.
Yep.
If this guy is the most over, there's no reason to keep it on Randy. He's got every belt that he could ever want.
Yeah.
And he's mentally not 100% in the game anyway. I don't care what everybody says. He just looks like he's not there. I don't think it's a good idea to put it back on Bobby Roode. Bobby needs to go to some other ground, do something different. I don't like putting it on Jinder yet. But if they put it on Rusev,
yeah, it makes sense.
Then you could have Jinder and Rusev. Then you can have Roode and Rusev.
Yeah.
Rusev just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. All right.
And for that very reason is exactly why I'm not picking him.
I knew that was coming.
Counterintuitive booking.
I'm going to say Randy retains.
Ooh.
And
that was my least likely scenario.
Well, like Irish said, Jinder doesn't make sense right now. Bobby Roode, they took it off of him for a reason. Maybe they have bigger plans for him after this.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know why they wouldn't put it on Rusev, but I just don't see it right now.
Okay.
I think they're going to give Randy a little run with this title to keep him, kind of pacify him because he's not in the main title picture anymore. So I think it'll be if they were to bring someone else along or, give another mid-carder a push, having them beat him would make more sense down the road.
I will say this. This is a match that I don't think you should sleep on, though. I think this could be a really good match.
Absolutely.
And I think that some people are already sort of, I don't want to say poo-pooing, but I've already read some things. People are like, oh, this is going to be one of the matches. I don't think so.
No.
I think these four guys are going to go out there and tear the house down.
Well, you got to look at it. Jinder, it's a big WrestleMania moment for him.
Yep.
Bobby Roode's his first WrestleMania.
Yep.
Rusev's trying to prove something that he deserves another opportunity.
And
for
Randy's
a big
just trying to prove he can do it.
Randy, he just wants to go out and if he's any kind of locker room leader, he would help them guys put on the best possible match they could, especially for Bobby's first match. So I think he'd be motivated in that sense. So I mean they have a lot to prove. So I think they'll be giving it They definitely won't mail.
And obviously this will not be a technical match.
No.
This is going to be the hard hitting match.
Yeah.
This is going to be the match where after we watch it, we're going to be like, oh my God, that looked like it hurt.
Rusev, the overwhelming crowd favorite. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous.
I think these guys are going to pound each other into the ground. So, all right, on to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We have The Miz defending his title against Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
This has the potential to be the match of the night.
Actually. The Steeler? Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
There's two matches. The U.S. title and the
AJ
are the three that I'm looking at. That could be my potential choices. All right, you're up.
I think this is where we get a return. I think we get the unscripted return.
Okay.
And this is where they get all three of the guys out in the match. And Kurt comes out and says, guys, this is a great match, but I have this crazy idea. Let's go ahead and make this a 4-way. I have a surprise for you. Gung, gung, gung. And Joe walks out.
And wins?
I think Joe does walk in and win it because he's got legit history with every one of those guys, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
So,
his Balor and him in NXT was brutal.
well,
Sam and Seth had a good run when they were on the main roster.
Well, and the Miz can make anybody look great.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I think this is a good return match for Joe. I think this is where Joe comes back and Joe wins. Do I need to pick it just in case that doesn't happen?
No, stand by your pick. I'm just saying, if you want to stand by your pick, stand by your pick. I'm not going to make you.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to be like that didn't happen. So
No, I
I
picked a guy that's not even in the damn Rumble. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
fair
saying,
enough. I think Joe comes out and wins.
If you said I think this is going to happen, I'd say stand. But if that's your pick, stand by it. I have no problem with that.
Okay, all right. And now if Joe doesn't come out, I think that goes to Seth Rollins.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, it's funny. It's already next to the name there, so I'll remember that.
That works out well.
All right. I think this is where Finn finally wins the belt.
Finally.
I think they're gonna see what he can do, and he seems healthy. He's come back. He's been robust.
He's very robust.
I'm hoping they continue this Balor Club thing, maybe a little more deeper, and with a title and him maybe turning a little bit heel. Having the club as his protectors would be fun, but I think Finn wins the belt and holds it for more than one night. Mr. JB?
I was torn between the Balor and Rollins.
Too sweet.
Just for the sake of being different, I'm going to go Rollins.
Okay.
But I could definitely see it going either way with Finn. Yeah. He deserves the opportunity to win the Intercontinental title. But I think the thing that gives me the Rollins edge is that him losing may push him to turn down the road with frustration.
Okay.
Will cause him to do something to go heel because he has this weird grin now. It's like a heelish type of grin.
Rollins?
No, Finn.
Finn.
When he comes to the ring now, it's a weird kind of smile.
And it's the smile he used to have. I'll tell you what, if you go back and look at old pictures of him in New Japan when he was in the Bullet Club, it's that smirk.
Yeah, it's a smirk. That's a better description.
If you look at it, it's the smirk. Because I've seen old promo pictures from there, and it's that smirk.
Yeah, it's like a cocky little smirk.
When he had the collar popped up and he was first thrown in the Bullet Club.
That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Tug, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think we're going to get Finn? You think we're going to get a demon?
Not this.
Not for this one. They haven't advertised it, no. But it's going to be fun,
I'm going Rollins.
Now, we all think Miz is losing, and I'm assuming Miz is taking some time off to spend with his lovely wife and baby.
He deserves it.
Heck yeah, he does.
All right, so before we move on to the top half of the card, I would like to once again thank Goose Island for Matilda.
She gone.
She definitely went down easy.
She is gone. All right, so we are on to the top half of the card. We're going to start with a rumored match that has not been official in any way, but we assume it's going to happen anyway.
Oh, is this it?
The one Sir Irish has been waiting for.
Yes.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Mr. John Cena.
When we're going to see John Cena take on The Undertaker. And
Irish will be in front of the television.
Irish will be in the bathroom. You can see we'll walk out.
Let me put it to you like this. Fluffy, I know that I give you good-natured grief all the time.
Yeah.
You know I love you.
Yeah, right? I know.
I am leaving all of my firearms at home because if it were my house, I'd have the double-barreled shotgun pointed to the screen, threatening those bastards. If I even get a hint of the dead man smell, I'm putting both bullets right to that.
All right. Well,
he's thrilled about it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thrilled.
So, I'm going to give you my setup. I think Undertaker wins first. It's a Taker win. I don't think they'll have Cena beat him. But I don't think we see Undertaker. I think we see American Badass. And I think we see Cena come to the ring, start running his mouth. I'm a fan. I'm here as a fan. Isn't this great? Can I have a beer? Wish I could have had a match. And then we have Kid Rock maybe even come out.
My name is
and start playing the American Badass song.
Yeah.
And then the motorcycle, and then all of a sudden the lights go down and all you see is the single headlight of the motorcycle and it comes roaring down the ramp.
God, shoot me in the head.
And we see American Badass Undertaker hit the ring.
I thought you would say Billy Gunn for a minute.
And
I'll give you a match, John Cena.
Pound Cena. He's gonna treat him like a prospect and pound him in the ass.
Oh boy!
All right, Irish.
If he does that, I hope he doesn't throw a hip out riding the bike down. You guys, if you've listened to this show more than in the last 2 weeks, you know that I'm very against this because no disrespect to The Undertaker, no disrespect to Mark Calloway, no disrespect at all. You've earned whatever the hell you want to do. But bro, you're the last 3 years ago, he did that dive and he went down really funky.
Yep.
And I thought, man, that's how we killed The Undertaker. He popped back up and I was like, oh, that's gonna leave a mark. So last year, here's the reason why I don't want to see this match. The Undertaker's well past his prime.
Yep.
Let's take that off the table. Because John Cena has been asking for a fight.
Yep.
It's not been asking for a wrestling match. It's the picture of the dog crapping out the Undertaker on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That got me. I was like, I
yeah.
don't want to see the Undertaker show up. I want to see Mark Calloway show up and said, you screwed up, and just kick the crap out of Cena. But I don't think it's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is we've retired the dead man. Well, supposedly, but he came out on the 25th anniversary. So we retired the dead man last WrestleMania. So it makes sense that he would come back the American Badass.
Absolutely.
If he comes back, John Cena beats him.
Ooh.
And we're going to retire the American Badass.
Okay.
And then I don't know what other incarnations of the Undertaker we can have. Maybe he comes out as the real Undertaker, you remember, with the purple gloves.
Oh, my God. The vinyl gloves?
The vinyl gloves and,
the urn.
The urn. And then we can retire him. And then maybe we can get the Undertaker that was the ministry Undertaker, WrestleMania 36, and we can retire him. And then when it's all said and done, they could just wheel him out in a wheelchair with his walker, and he can come out and he could just, he could be wrestling Goldberg and just do the finger punch. Oh no, he could be wrestling Kevin Nash, do the finger punch of death.
All right.
So yeah, I think if Taker comes out, Cena wins.
All right. JB?
If he comes out as Taker, Cena wins, you said.
If Taker comes out
as the Undertaker.
If Taker comes out
at all,
Cena's going to
win. First of all, this needs to be his last appearance. I believe he will show up, obviously. I think he will win. But I don't ever want to see this man wrestle again, and I say that respectfully. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He should headline the class next year.
Mm-hmm.
Go out on your own terms while you can still walk somewhat and call it a career. You have nothing left to prove. You'll be 57 years old next year.
Jesus Christ.
There's nothing else for you to do in the WWE ring. If you want a job with the company, you'll have a job for the rest of your life.
Right.
We've seen it all. You've done it all. Make this your last match. Go out on a high note. Give him a win. Right off into the sunset.
But he did that last year. That's my problem.
That was the perfect way.
So perfect.
Visually for him to retire.
Yep.
But I don't think they want him to go out on a loss. So I think that's why I agree that he won't come back as the Undertaker. He'll come back as American Badass with Kid Rock's presence playing into that whole deal. He goes out as a winner, basically as himself. And then that's the end of it. Have
Kid Rock play him out, and then you're gonna have Limp Bizkit play him back out with Roland.
That's the best. I mean, that's the perfect.
They ain't doing nothing.
That's the perfect way for him to go out.
If they can get the night off from 7-Eleven, they might be able to show up.
Keep slurping. I mean, rolling.
So I'm going to give you the craziest rumor or idea I heard. It wasn't a rumor. It's the craziest idea I saw online
of the Undertaker
for the Undertaker Cena match. Oh, this is insane. What Culture still does. I love their wrestling videos.
Yeah,
they had the nuttiest idea I've heard. Have Undertaker not come out, but have Bray Wyatt come out as the Undertaker reincarnated, and that's where he comes out of the lake as.
Holy crap. That's a great idea.
It is insane. Actually. But or you do it like I think added on to it is you have Taker come out and say to Cena as Mark Calloway, not as the Undertaker, like the Undertaker is here. And he's been resurrected. And then Bray Wyatt comes out as some version of the Bray Taker.
Oh, dude. If that were to be the case, that every different feud, he could be a different dark character.
And then that
I'm waiting for the Bray Wyatt boogeyman.
That's the nuttiest idea I've heard so
That's
far.
a great idea.
It's a good idea. It'll never happen. It was a great idea.
Of course not, because
great idea.
he's not done with Hardy yet.
All right. So on to the match I'm not looking forward to at all. I got to admit it. Is Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. This will be my bathroom break because I could care less about this match.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah, I
Those leather pants, though.
yeah. Oh no, she'll look good. I may watch it with the sound off, my pants around my ankles, but I'm not watching the whole
As
thing.
long as she doesn't have her hair pulled back
Oh
like she
my
did last
gosh,
year
yeah.
with that big giant forehead. If she has her hair down and stuff, I can get with that.
All right, Irish.
I mean,
you're
I
up.
can't because I'm a married man, but I can think about it. This makes no sense to be burying Ronda Rousey if they don't go over.
So you're picking Ronda and Kurt?
No.
Oh,
This makes no sense for them to be burying Ronda Rousey if Stephanie and Triple H don't go over.
okay. So okay.
I'm going to say, because they're trying to get her over on TV. So why not? I mean, on paper, Ronda Rousey's going to kill her, but they've already proven that Ronda Rousey's tamed.
Well, Holly Holm proved that, but
Yeah.
That is true.
She's not involved.
Make a
in this
pick.
one. Fluffy's getting impatient.
No, I'm just
Just give me a beat, bro. I wrote this down and I still don't know what I want to do.
Muscle relaxer.
shush.
I will
Later.
say, in my heart of hearts, Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle.
All right, you think they're going to win? All right.
Yeah, that's what I want to win. So that means they're going to lose.
All right. I agree with you, but I'm going to add a little caveat to, not caveat, but I'm going to say the finish of the match. I think we see Ronda, quote unquote, break Stephanie's arm in the arm lock. That's how the match ends, and she taps out, and Stephanie.
I wish you wouldn't mind that to write them off TV.
Because then it. Well, no. I don't think it writes Stephanie off TV. I think we see Stephanie in a cast for the next 2 months.
Cowboy Bob Orton?
Yes, bitching and screaming, and basically just complaining the whole time. But they can't get her into Ronda because they've got a ironclad contract. So they're just going to make her life miserable, which would build Ronda up because they're just going to throw barrier after barrier after barrier after Ronda and just keep building Ronda up because they can bring people up, they can bring people over, they can do whatever they want and just keep throwing them in front of Ronda, and Ronda just runs through them.
Till she gets Asuka.
But that's how you build her up. You make her the new Authority's hate toy, and you just like they did with Daniel, kind of. You just every barrier they put up, she goes through it, and they just keep testing her and testing her and testing her.
I don't want to steal your thunder, but I have a sneaky suspicion you'll probably say what I'm thinking. If that's the case, then Ronda and Kurt win.
Yeah.
And then she turns on
Well,
Kurt.
I told you that a month ago.
Yeah.
She turns on him and joins with the.
So then they do
because she needs somebody to talk for her.
She doesn't mean the hate toy. She becomes the.
She needs a mouthpiece right now until she's comfortable speaking, and Kurt can't be a full-time mouthpiece for her. So
God, I wish Paul Heyman could stay.
Yeah. So I think that they win. Ronda and Kurt win. Just for the feel-good moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if she turns right away, but I think sooner rather than later, she pulls a Seth Rollins and joins up with Triple H and Stephanie. And then they were kind of grooming her, for greatness, quote unquote. Yeah. So that's where I see that going.
Grooming her for greatness.
All right, so we're on
Ronda Rousey for crying out loud.
We're on to
their greatness.
The 4 big championship matches. First up, we have the Raw Women's Championship, where Alexa Bliss will defend her title against Nia Jax in the mismatch of the night. Oh, boy. Irish?
Oh, boy.
I picked first last time.
Oh, you did? All right, so I'm up. This could go a couple different ways, but honestly,
this is
almost
too easy.
I think Alexa wins.
To be good to be true.
But I think she wins because Nia loses her mind and gets disqualified. Because it doesn't break heat for either of them. You don't have Alexa pinning Nia. You don't have Nia pinning Alexa win the belt. You just have Alexa annoying the shit out of her, so she gets so pissed off that she annoys the referee and either knocks the referee down and gets disqualified, and every WrestleMania needs one screwy ending match, and this could be that screwy ending match where they have something weird happens and that's the ending. So I think Alexa wins by DQ, but I think she retains and wins.
Right. I agree with you. I think that's the way it goes. And let me ask you this question: do you think there's any validity to the rumors that there's actual heat with Nia Jax and Triple H?
No.
Doubtful.
No, I don't think so.
She wouldn't be in this match if
Yeah.
it was.
I think Alexa Bliss wins. Nia is just a better chaser.
Yeah.
And I don't think
She's not ready for the belt
she's
either.
ready.
Yeah.
Because that would put her. She needs a little bit more grooming. Because once they put her with Nia, put the belt on Nia, and they put her in with a series with Asuka, it's going to have to be on. And I watched the Asuka Nia match from NXT.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No,
I agree.
It wasn't
So.
pretty.
All right. JB?
I'm going to say Nia Jax wins.
What?
Wow. Stepping out on a limb.
They've built her as this feel good like underdog. Like, first of all, the blubbering comment Monday was in such poor taste.
Oh, yeah. They
Like, I really can't stand when they do stuff like that. The subtle jabs or not so subtle jabs that they push towards her is not in good taste. So
right.
I think the payoff for her having to go through that would be her winning this title. I don't know what type of long-term plans they have for her, but I think she's getting a groundswell of support because of that almost bullying that they're doing.
Don't be a bully.
Yeah.
Be a star.
So, I think she goes over here, and this will help hopefully propel her and give her more confidence in going forward.
Okay.
Alexa's beating everybody. There's really nothing left for her. She doesn't need the belt, in my opinion, to be over.
No.
I think
I still think Nia's ready.
I don't think her and Mickie James are long pairing, so that may play into her losing in some way, shape, or form. But I'm saying Nia goes over here.
Unless they give it to Nia for the night.
And then
Yeah,
Alexa wins it
I
right
can't
back.
just the fat jokes, man. They're getting out of hand with that stuff.
Yeah, it's to the point where
And obviously she's had to sign off on it, but it's still in poor taste.
I'm sure she doesn't necessarily know everything that's been going on.
Yeah, I don't.
And the thing is the way from just it's the Killing the Town podcast. Listen to that podcast, Osiris and Lance Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that podcast with Jimmy Jacobs, and just the unmitigated gall of that company to say, "Don't be a bully, be a star." Listening to just the crap that Vince gets away with.
Yeah, exactly.
Just.
For me, this has got to be her payoff for dealing with that foolishness.
But it won't be. It
No,
won't be because
well,
if they pay it off for her, they got to pay it off for everybody they do it for. And I hate that because I'm a big dude. I don't like it any more than and it's got to be. And my problem with the whole storyline is they're best friends, and it would be it's one thing for us to knock around and bust each other's balls, but that's you and me and Fluff. In private.
Yeah.
But it's another thing if I were, we don't really get down on each other here on the show.
No.
But if we were on a TV show with millions and millions of people watching at home,
It'd be different.
That would be a completely different
And to think
thing.
about it, she was frustrated enough just to leave anyway.
Right.
And The Rock had to talk her back.
And then to come back, and it's like, and I'm sure Alexa, talked to her about this is what was going to,
There's your Rock tie.
I'm going to say this, that, and the other, but she cries very well too. By the way,
She
Nia
does.
does.
She has a pretty cry
Yeah,
face.
she couldn't cry on demand. It's pretty good acting by her. But I say she wins.
She's hot.
All right.
Totally.
On to what?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
What?
Mrs. Irish might be listening to this.
No, I agree.
I don't think Mrs. Irish listens to this. Trust me.
On to the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh, she likes
Charlotte.
so you're good.
Oh, you're good. Oh, there you go. There's your swap.
There you go.
So you're gonna hear from the bedroom.
That'd be bratwurst time when that match happens.
All right.
Going back for my third bratwurst.
Oh, there's got to be a rerun
With
of something
Matilda
on Weekend
Onions.
of
SmackDown Women's Championship, where Charlotte Flair will defend her title against Asuka. It's the streak
Because nobody's ready for Asuka
versus the title.
This is pretty clear, guys. There's no way around this.
Nope. Asuka wins.
Nope.
Ooh, you think the streak ends?
Nope.
Double DQ?
Carmella.
Carmella comes in. Well, okay, so they start the match.
She calls Asuka the match.
Yep.
Wrestle. They can, and they'll make a big point of this. You can challenge at any moment, anytime, anywhere. Who's to say you can't do it in the middle of a match?
Well, Seth Rollins did it.
Right. So Charlotte will be in a point where she's incapacitated. Carmella comes in, cashes in, beats Charlotte, and then either some kind of weird disqualification thing or Asuka beats Carmella. I mean, so the streak stays alive.
Wait a minute. So I'm confused. So
Yeah.
if Carmella beats Charlotte, the match is over.
She could technically cash in on the triple threat.
Yeah,
If
that's what I'm
she wanted
saying.
to.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
she cashes in
So
the middle of the
she
match,
could
because it's a triple threat.
She could pin Charlotte in a triple threat, technically, and then Asuka not lose.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then
That's-
Asuka beats Carmella.
Yeah, but I would think that
Down the road, though. It wouldn't be that same
Well,
night.
yeah, I don't
It
know. how
wouldn't?
they- I don't know. how
No,
they would
because
do it.
if just like with Seth Rollins, when Seth Rollins won the match was over because it became a triple threat at that point. It wasn't two matches in one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
that makes sense. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't read my rule book before.
Yeah. If you got to remember the way Seth Rollins did, he came in and said, "I want to be in the match."
Right.
He pinned Roman, who wasn't even the champion at that point, won the belt and ran out with it. So there was no other match. So if Carmella comes in the middle of the match and inserts into the match, it becomes a triple threat. So one pin and it's over.
Right.
So you think Carmella?
I think Carmella would win it. That keeps everybody happy. It gets the belt off Charlotte for a minute, but Charlotte could challenge the next night and get the belt back. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
And it keeps the streak
Or she
alive.
could beat her before the match even starts, and then Asuka, she's entitled to a championship match at WrestleMania. She could immediately challenge
We could do that.
Carmella.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that.
Well, it wouldn't
Yeah.
last but 2 minutes,
Truth.
so it
I
wouldn't be an actual match.
it wouldn't be.
Squash match, anyone?
I think Asuka wins because they're going to want to keep pushing this idea of the streak and the championship alive because you build it into something like SummerSlam and then she finally loses. So when somebody beats her, you beat the streak and you beat the
built the damn thing for 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So does that mean that she becomes a SmackDown Women's Champion?
Yeah, and she moves to SmackDown.
And she moves to SmackDown.
Yeah, she moves to SmackDown.
Okay.
And they strip somebody, and I think if it happens, it will be one of those. You'll see that week there'll be some negotiation between Kurt and Daniel of, well, you've now got Asuka as your champion, so who are you sending?
See, that's
to
my whole
us?
issue with her winning. Is she's technically a Raw superstar still?
That's the simplest thing to do.
it
That means
is, but
it's a
it
swap.
plays into.
Well, who would go over from SmackDown to Raw?
You
Well,
can
they're
move,
going to flip it around anyway.
you can move Charlotte.
She ain't
You can say,
going
well,
back
you
to-
got
she
my,
won't go back to Raw.
you got my. It doesn't matter.
No, if she just lost, she's not going to go immediately go to Raw.
May not
That's
be
a-
her
No,
choice.
she gets
You
a
can-
rematch.
Yeah, you
clause.
can stretch that feud
Yeah.
out for a while.
Or you could send. I mean, anybody can go over.
Like I
there.
said, Sasha or Bailey need to come over to
Yeah.
SmackDown. So,
So-
they got a lot of moving parts. That being said, I mean, until proven otherwise, I'm going to pick Asuka
yeah.
Fair enough.
because I don't know who the hell they're going to have to beat the streak, but that person doesn't need to be an established superstar because it does nothing for their careers.
I think Charlotte can beat the streak, but
No,
I think
I'm
Charlotte
saying,
would
but
beat
what
the
is-
streak, winning the belt back.
What does it do for her to win and beat the streak as the champion? And she's already the top person on the brand.
This is my logic. This is where I pick Asuka for. Charlotte beating Asuka hurts Asuka. Asuka beating Charlotte does not hurt Charlotte.
Correct. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm saying that's my mentality of it. Just you know what I mean. It that's my thought is you keep this idea alive of the streak and the title. Now
Right.
you've got a champion streak going.
Right.
Whoever finally beats her, you're basically winning two things at that point. You have the right to say I was the first person to beat Asuka, and I won the women's championship.
There's
at the
really
same
only
shot.
one person on it,
Ronda-
all three of the
Ronda
rosters. Yeah, all three of the rosters that make
That's your
sense.
SummerSlam.
And that's Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. So all right. On to the WWE Championship where AJ Styles.
Who is on the wrong show?
AJ,
No,
who
Ronda's on the wrong show.
Yeah, she's
for
on-
now
For now.
All right, go ahead.
We'll take on Shinsuke Nakamura.
she'll never be on SmackDown though. I don't.
No,
yeah,
God,
I don't
no.
see that.
So, all right. I'm going first, right? Yeah, I'm going first.
I've lost track.
No, I'm going first.
Who cares?
You pick Carmella.
42 matches on this card.
Yeah, I know. We're into this. We've got two more matches.
Are we out of the pre-match shows?
Oh my God. We got two more matches
Yeah,
to go.
we
boys
got-
and
Have we
girls.
gotten the clown nose?
Brooklyn Brawlers fighting right now
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the network.
The Brooklyn Brawler versus the Red Rooster. in the Bobby Heenan Memorial Competition.
No, you didn't read that right. It's the Brooklyn Brawler and the Red Rooster versus the Juggalos.
Okay. Again, this is a match I'm torn on. This is one of the matches I think is going to be an amazing match to watch.
Yeah.
This is one of those matches where no matter who wins, it doesn't hurt the other. Like,
No.
there's no loser in this match.
It's really a toss-up.
But
In every sense of the word.
I believe AJ retains.
Really?
Yeah, I just think they're going to keep it on him. Shinsuke's been great as a chaser.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of keep that going a little bit longer. And I don't think, and AJ looks really comfortable with the belt. And I think that this is the push he needed because he was kind of floundering there for a little bit, like a short time when he got the belt back. It definitely picked him back up again and gave him a new edge. I could see him winning and turning a little heely more and kind of getting that attitude going. Like, see, I am the best. You can't deny it. So, but I think AJ retains.
That's a good thought.
I mean, he is the franchise.
He is.
Yeah.
However, he's hurt. He's been wrestling hurt for a
It's
few
not like he needs
days.
surgery.
Yeah, but
though.
it's not bad.
But what I'm saying is why not give the belt to Shinsuke? Why don't we just turn this
You
into
know,
a feud
using-
that
using
goes
logic.
for several months?
Yep.
Because
Oh, it definitely needs to.
I mean, not necessarily trade the belts back and forth for a month. Each month they get a run at it, but let's say that.
Are you saying a best of 7 series?
No, but what I am saying
That's
is
one I actually wouldn't mind
win-
looking at.
Shinsuke wins. They go to what is it? Fast Lane? Is that the next one, or Roadblock, or
No,
Cock
yeah,
Block, or
no. I don't know what the next one is. Honestly, because
they go to the next one. They go to the next one, and Shinsuke retains. Then they go to the next one, and let's say AJ wins it, or AJ loses, Shinsuke retains, and then the next match is SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
All right.
then SummerSlam, AJ gets it,
All right.
and then we keep that going until what's the next one? Not Rumble, but
Well, you got Survivor Series.
Survivor Series,
Yeah.
and then I just think this has the potential. Those two guys can
Be a
come
year
up with-
long.
Yeah, that's the type of that quality of talent, that much crazy in the ring. I could totally see that going for a long time,
Right.
as opposed to let's just see Sheamus go against. But the thing is, how that the only way that could work is if they're not wrestling every week on TV.
Yeah.
But you know how WWE can't help
Yeah.
themselves.
This is true.
I think Shinsuke wins it.
All right.
I
JB?
tend to agree with Irish. I think
Wow.
Shinsuke is going to win it. And there's really no logic. I mean, either one can win. You can make a case for either guy.
Yeah.
But
And it doesn't hurt either guy.
I think the fact that he's seemingly a little bit more comfortable speaking and showing more of his personality, I think they're a little more comfortable now that he could go out and, at least cut more promos to
Right.
kind of bring people inside his character a little bit more and just kind of be more relatable to the audience and not just be an entrance, as some people have stated he was.
Right.
It's his time. Let him. I mean, he was NXT champion. He did everything there. It's a great way to bring in the international audience even more. So I think he goes over.
Yeah,
Shinsuke
I agree.
goes over.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right. On to the last match of the evening, which I assume is actually going to be the last match of the evening.
Huh. We'll see, unless Undertaker's like, screw that, I want another match.
We'll see Brock Lesnar defending his WWE Universal Championship versus Roman Reigns. I think we could all pick this one together. Do we all want to say it in the same?
1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns.
There we go.
There we go.
Brock's leaving, at least for a short time, if not permanently. That was funny on SmackDown when, but that's the other one. But we all know Brock is either taking a break or leaving altogether.
Yep.
There's conflicting reports either way. I've heard both sides.
They were negotiating his contract
Yeah, but he's definitely taken some time
per
off.
Triple H.
Yeah.
So they haven't decided. I don't think he knows what he wants to do, and B, if they even want to invest that much money into him to be a part timer at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
So they were trying to work that out. The UFC deal, though, the fight that they wanted fell through with John Jones
Yeah.
getting a 2-year suspension.
Whoopsie.
So, if the price is right, they'll keep him around. Because if he goes away, guess who else goes away?
Yeah, Paul Heyman's gone. Yeah,
So
Paul's promos
He's
the
the
last couple months have been kind of.
well, he's only been with one guy
yeah,
the entire time.
He needs some change
It's
up.
like, so like how many more ways can you prop up Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of your promos sound the same because you're just basically saying the same thing in a different way.
It would be so great if he had a stable.
Yeah,
I told people he needs to be with Roman Reigns after this. Like,
well, that's one of the
Roman, Ronda.
Roman and Paul. Yeah,
that's one of the rumors.
that would be a great pairing. Roman can learn a lot from him too,
That an idea is have Paul turn on Brock during the match
because he's looked vulnerable, and you can kind of play into
and
that.
align with Reigns, getting Reigns over more because it immediately raises Reigns up because now he's got Heyman.
Did you? I know. Well, all of us watch different ways. We watch Raw. The weirdest thing happened on Raw. The crowd actually was going. Now, hold on to yourself.
Let
here.
him through.
Roman.
That's what they've been trying to do.
And I'm like,
they built that up.
And for a moment, he stopped and looked around, and in his brain, I could hear him go,
What the hell?
"Damn, what?
what I do?
That's what that sounds
they've
like."
worked hard to get that reaction.
Jeez.
And Heyman with him would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So I will say I am actually really optimistic about this year's WrestleMania. I think we've got some really, really good matches in here.
Which is weird because last year on paper we weren't excited about it, but
the show was amazing.
The show was amazing. So I'm hoping that they deliver because this year on paper looks a little bit better.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully they deliver.
I mean, we got some incredible matches that could happen. Like I said, the three I think could steal the show, or just not steal the show, but be the best in the match. AJ Shinsuke, the Miz, Finn, and Seth Rollins, or even the U.S. title match, the 4-way. I mean, those are matches that really have potential. Asuka and Charlotte could be really good. God, every match I have potential to be good. The only match I'm not excited about is the mixed tag match. That's the only match I look at and go, because even I think Brock and Roman can sell a really good story and really have a decent match.
Yeah.
If you think about it, when they had their match a couple years ago, when Seth cashed in, that match up to that point was a really good match.
There aren't too many better amateur wrestlers on the roster than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Kurt in his prime, and maybe
Gable.
Gable.
Yeah.
So as far as wrestling ability, there ain't too many better than him.
Yeah, but I remember, that match, that Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match was a good match until Seth cashed in. Up until that point, it was a good, solid match.
Way to go, Seth.
No, and Seth added to it, but I'm saying is it wasn't like it was. Okay, when I was looking at this
I
way,
was just messing with you, bro.
no, what I'm
I
saying
understand
is
what you're saying.
potential is I really think they have a good shot. Even Alexa and Nia could be an interesting story. There's definitely story there that's fun.
The story is going to be better than that match, I think. Just going to be hard, just from their difference in size.
And we get to see Daniel Bryan in the ring.
Yeah, who'd have thunk it, right?
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk in a WWE ring?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see him come out and do the yes and have. I hope he comes out in the furry boots and I hope he comes out in full.
Biggest pops of the night will be him.
Oh yeah,
and Rusev Day will be the loudest chance you hear all night.
Yeah, unless somebody comes out as a surprise.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody returning that will draw.
Taker will pull. He'll get a pop.
Yeah, he'll get a pop, but I think those will be the biggest chance of the night.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the over/under on the amount of minutes it'll take for the wrestlers to get from the top of the ramp to the ring? 17 minutes, 5 minutes.
They need to bring back the little wrestling ring
the
carts.
cart.
Well, they had them. They had them last year.
Yeah, they need to bring them back.
They cut them out of the video. You couldn't see them.
Oh, yeah,
because that's what happens. Big Show came out.
Yeah,
and then they cut, and then he got on his cart, and he's like,
yeah, they need to show it.
Point.
Yeah, they need to. It's they're doing these huge arenas now, and now the rumor is they might take SummerSlam to the arenas next year.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
the big stadium. So we'll see. Those two shows, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. And we'll be watching. And just we are going to record immediately after WrestleMania.
Yep.
So on Monday's episode, you will hear our live reactions post show.
Also, we'll be live tweeting during the event.
That's right.
Please log in and feel free to chat with us during the show.
Yep. And we'll all be drunk.
We'll all be drunk. But we're gonna literally as soon as the show is over, we're gonna run in, record an episode. We might have a surprise guest. We'll find out if he chooses to stay. And we're going to have some fun. I would like to thank, and we'll also review all the beers we had during the show.
Oh my God, that'll take 20 minutes.
Probably be worse than the show itself. I would like to thank Goose Island. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, buddy.
For working for a great company. For Matilda. This was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Why don't you guys come on over and visit us at our website, beersandbodyslams.com, where you can check out all of our show archives and links to our amazing sponsors. You can also visit us on our, social media home, Facebook, facebook.com/beersandbodyslams podcast. You can see all of our social stuff there as well. We've talked about Twitter. You can find us at Beers Body Slams. We even have an Instagram account at Beers and Body Slams Podcast.
Download the Untapped app. You can find wonderful craft beers in your area locally. Rate them, try them all. Tell us what you think. You can follow me as I roast my liver and onions in a bubbly bath of Matilda at the good old JB.
You can follow me as I treat my liver like John Cena is going to treat The Undertaker at Mr. Fluffy.
That's okay. And you can follow me.
He's going to hold him lightly and rock him back and forth and go, hush, little taker, don't you cry.
It's getting weirder as you keep
Cena's going to sing you a lullaby.
No, that's The Rock.
Oh, there you go.
And you could watch me as I put my liver in an armbar, just like Ronda Rousey will, Stephanie McMahon at The Irish O'Leary.
Make sure, again, if you tune in on Monday, you're going to hear our exciting reactions to WrestleMania. We're going to have a good time.
Yep.
And as always, make sure your pint glass is full and your body slammed stiff.
You've been listening to the Beers and Body Slams podcast. Find us online at beersandbodyslams.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. Until next time.
Have a nice day.